right, is that they have a very low heating point. So you will see like a smoke coming out very fast. And it will burn if you put it on very high fire. So usually when you cook with butter, right, then you don't want it to have like the bitter taste. So you have to like control your fire to be like medium low. And then you just let it melt slowly. So the trick about like fire, right, is like sometimes when you're cooking and then you panic because like you feel like things are burning, right? But actually the simple thing is you just like lift it away from the fire, right? Like then people like usually don't realize, then they're like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Yeah, but actually just like lift it away from the fire lah, and then everything will be okay, you know? Yeah. Because I'm just toasting, right, then I don't need like the butter to really become very brown. Yeah. So then when you just take it, right, then after you just like toss it. Yeah. Then when you feel like there's not enough butter, right, then you can just like add in butter lah. And then you can, so the thing about cooking, right, it's like you shouldn't feel like you are making mistakes. And it's always good that you start from the low base and then after you slowly like just throw it here, just throw it. Oh no, just throw it here, Yeah. Then you should like feel like, so this happens when you overcrowd the pan. So here the pan is a bit overcrowded. Yeah. And then you just put it in. Let it go to the bottom. And just slowly like stir fry it. Don't need a lot effort. Yeah. Because like these vegetables are actually already cooked. You just want them to like get a bit more flavor.
You boil this the broccoli and the carrots.
Yeah, correct. So they are already boiled already.
But the broccoli is cannot be boiled for too long, right?
Yeah, correct. So like the boiling of the broccoli, usually you do it like 4-5 minutes. And then, but the carrots you need to boil them longer because carrots are harder, right? So carrots can go up to like 7-8 minutes. Yeah. But I think the trick is at the end of the day, it depends on like how big you cook the carrot and how big you slice the carrot. You see? If you slice it like smaller, then of course the cooking time is lower. But then if you slice it like thicker, then obviously the cooking time is going to be like longer lah. Yeah. And then what you're gonna do is you add in salt. And then you also add in pepper. So salt and pepper is for like tasting. Yeah. So this is a salt shaker lah, but usually I find it like super waste time. So what I do, right, is I will just like
take the cap off and pour it right away.
Faster. Yeah. But again, right, start with not a lot of like salt so that you can taste it later.
Okay, so if it's not enough, then you can just
correct.
add in again.
Yeah, correct. So better than like if you add in too much, right? Then you find like, oh shit. Yeah.
But actually dilute a bit.
Yeah, correct. But even if you add in too much, right, what you can do is just like add in a bit of water and then after that reduce the water down. So that's how like again you can control like the taste. Yeah. But I think broccoli in itself and carrot is like more sweet lah. So like a bit of saltiness will like help it like bring out the flavor. Yeah, you just have to make sure you are stirring it. Like stirring it well.
To even out the flavor, yeah?
Yeah, correct. And then here, just add in the pepper.
Does Karen cook a lot, doesn't it?
No, not really. But she cooks more Chinese food. I cook more like non-Chinese food. Yeah, because Chinese food, you like need to cook with eat with rice, right? I suck at cooking rice. Every time I put it in the rice cooker, right, the rice comes out too soft because I add too much water. Yeah, then she'll be like. But Karen is like a pro in cooking rice. You know, there was this one time, right? She went to my house when we just first started dating. Then she went to my house, right? Then she started. So we started like cooking together. Then she was like, okay, let me do the rice. So my house usually when we cook the rice, we use like rice cooker, right? I mean every household use rice cooker. Yep. But for Karen, her house, they still use the steaming method. Like the old school steaming method, right? So she took a like glass bowl and then she steamed the rice, right? Then she steamed a bit too much, so we couldn't finish, right? So when my dad came back and then we told my dad lah, hey dad, there's still like rice in the steamer and then you can eat it. So my dad ate it, right? And then he was like, oh, this rice tastes really good. Like what brand? Do you guys buy your own brand? Then we're like, no, it's the same rice from our rice bucket. It's just that Karen cook it differently lah. Yeah. So it's amazing, right? Like how like the cooking method can then like change the taste of the rice. Yeah.
So even up to this then she still steams the rice
Yeah, correct. In like the
in a steamer lah.
Yeah.
It's just a normal steamer, right?
yeah, correct. Like you don't even need to like spend money to go and buy rice cooker. You see these days all the rice cooker getting more and more fancy, right? They'll be like, oh, you know, they have the ceramic like ceramic surface, then can like conduct heat better, so your rice cook better and all that shit. Yeah, but actually Karen just use like a steamer and then like, everything is done. Probably like more superior. Yeah. It's amazing, right? I think Cynthia, cooking the most important thing, right, is you got to taste everything that you cook. Because I think some people just follow recipe and then after that like they never taste it. So like sometimes the recipe might be to your taste but might not be like to other people's taste, right? So
And actually cooking allows a great deal of divergence from the recipe also, right?
yeah, of course. You got to like do whatever it is that you like lah. I think maybe in 30 minutes time we can already start eating. You know, I can do a cook show.
I didn't realize quite, you know, you can give a
commentary as I
Correct,
go.
correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, correct. Wait,
So your mom teach you all these recipes?
Hey, never Actually,
Never,
my mom only can cook Chinese food. How can she cook anything other than Chinese food?
Quite sure.
But actually, if you watch enough TV, right, then you will learn yourself lah. Nice, right? The potatoes are still hard, so we need to like wait for the potato to boil until like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, you just like
Oh, mozzarella.
just like put it into like smaller pieces. Yeah. And then when you little do it.
Initially we thought of bringing poker chips
Oh, serious?
and cards.
I got some card games here we can play together as well later. I got Uno, I got Snake and Ladder,
Play poker.
play poker. Hey, can. I got poker cards also. Yeah. And we play with rupiah lor, no need counter already.
Can.
Hey.
You just go pay credit.
Yeah, correct. So you see like
Yeah,
the
melted.
melting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then if you want, then you can add more. Yeah. The cheese is like melted. Yeah. So then you have like the melty cheese. Yeah. So then you can add more, you see. But you add in slowly because if you add in like too big chunk and then if it's cold, then it won't melt. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to understand like cheese because there is like fats in it, right? And then butter is fats in it. So it's the fats that make it smooth. Yeah. So that it doesn't become clumpy later. So for mashed potato, right, then you just like add in as much fat as possible. Yeah. So now it's just like the beginning of the mashing, right? Yeah.
And just using an ordinary fork to do it, yeah.
Yeah, correct. But actually like the fancy restaurant, of course, they got like the machine to do it lah.
Or like a more sophisticated round machine.
Correct.
Tool.
Yeah, correct. But I mean, we do it at home and then we don't make it often, right? And then we just like do it with a fork. And it works also lah, right?
The mixer, as in like the one for mixing the cookies and stuff.
Yeah, correct. So then now you can see the thing becomes smoother, right? So at this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in some milk to it. Yeah.
Nice.
Here, I'm gonna add in.
High calorie.
Yeah. But you add in a little bit by a little bit. Yeah. And then like you incorporate it. And then you can see like once you add the liquid, then it becomes like smoother, right? Yeah. Then after that you can like keep adding. But later on, the last step is to add salt. Because right now, remember, we haven't added salt yet.
Yeah.
But then we have the cheese inside, right? And then cheese is supposed to be salty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also haven't added pepper yet, right? Yeah. But the most important thing is we got to remember to taste it before we season it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So now you just like do it, and then you add in a bit more milk.
How many potatoes did you use for this?
Oh, 3. Yeah, but you can do
Three
it
large ones,
3 medium-sized ones. But you can do it with 1, you can do it with 2, you can do it depending on your serving size. So usually for 1 potato, right, I find it more than enough for like 1 person. Maybe like you
okay.
can do it even for like 2 person, you know.
I see.
Yeah. And then adding salt, right, also you start with a little bit first lah. And then after that you just build it from there.
I see.
Yeah. And I add in a bit of pepper.
Our chef.
Oh, chef imported from Singapore.
Personal chef. Because like some of my friends say, the original one is better than this. This is the spicy one. Yeah, so they were like, the spicy version not so nice.
I see.
Yeah, so I'm just
Okay,
asking
okay.
whether you feel that this is nicer or the spicy version is nicer. So I'm cutting it so that they are all roughly around the same size,
Okay.
so that later when you cook, the cooking time is the same.
Okay.
Yeah, and then usually like for salmon, right, it's best to cook them in like rectangular shape, because then you can lay it flat down on the frying pan. Yeah, and usually when you cook them, right, it's very important that the skin side goes down first. Yeah, because you remember, like for biology, right, skin is usually like an insulator, so it can take like a lot more heat without overcooking the flesh first. Yeah.
This to extract the excess moisture, yeah?
Yeah, correct.
Actually, even when we want to like deep fry or make like fish and chips, we need to apply the same treatment to
Correct.
fish fillet, right?
Correct.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah, I want to do it again. Because at the end of the day, moisture is the one that causes the food to go limp, right? Yeah. So actually, like some of the cooks, right, like at professional kitchen, what they do is like for this process, they would dry it, and then after that they will put it back into the fridge, because you know like the fridge is actually very drying, right? Yeah, so they will put it back into the fridge to like dry it further while after they have salted it. Yeah, but here, I mean, we want to eat lunch, right? We don't want to eat dinner, so so we just do it
The
and
fast
then-
way.
The fast way, correct. Yeah.
Looks much drier also.
Yeah.
And the tissues aren't as
Yeah.
as the first one. Yeah.
Correct. So what happens here, right,
Oh,
is
dan baru di marinate ya.
yeah, correct. Like then you just like put the salt on it. As in for the skin, you can be a bit more generous. Usually, what I like to do, I just like put it on my hand and after I just like rub it, you know. Yeah, and then I mean for the other side, you can do the same thing as well, lah. Just put it a bit. Yeah, and then after you just like rub it. And then after that, we will just like put the pepper on it as well, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, can you help me put it back into the fridge? And then the cheese as well. Yeah. Okay. So now we are ready. Just do all at the same time so that we don't waste time.
Don't mind.
So actually for now, right, you don't have to be afraid of the heat. If you touch the salmon, right, it's still cold. Yeah, so then you don't have to be afraid. Yeah. I like to press them down so that it forces them to like cook faster. Yeah. And it also keeps the rectangular shape so that it doesn't curl up too much. You see? So actually for the salmon, right, you can see from here that the sides are already starting to get pink, right? So when it get pink, then you can tell like how well done it is. Yeah, so then you don't have to be afraid. But of course, it depends like how you like your salmon, right? Some like their salmon still like a bit just nicely cooked. Some like their salmon to be more cooked. So it depends on your preferences. So what you can do, right, is you can take a fork and then after that you can poke it. And then to see whether inside is cooked to what you like lah. Yeah.
It's actually quite nice to have it like semi cooked or something.
Yeah, correct. So that it's not too tough, you see. Because the problem with all fish is when you overcook them, then they become very tough. Yeah. Salmon is also the same thing lah. So when you overcook the salmon, then it will also become too tough. So what you can do, right, if you're not sure like how the underside is cooking, you can just like bring it up a little bit and then after that have a check. Right, so for example this piece here, what I can do is I can pull it up. Then you can see, then it's cooking nicely, right? Yeah, then you just let it cook a little bit more. Yeah. Then you also have to remember, right, because here the pan, the heat is being distributed like separate, like unevenly, right? So the center one usually cook faster than the ones at the side. Yeah, so then you also have to, if you want, then you can like shift things around. If you feel that, oh, this piece is not being cooked as quickly as this one in the middle, then what you can do is like, then you can shift it around, you see. Yeah, so maybe this one is like thicker, so what you can do is like, you can shift it to the middle. Yeah, you can use like this one. And you can like shift it to the middle. Yeah. Yeah, like that. See? Yeah, so this side is also thicker, right? This one is also thicker, so you can like, yeah. And after that you can have then this is like nice, right? Nice piece. Then what you can do, you can then flip it. Flip it like this. And then the rest, you will also flip it. Yeah? That's the salt on the crust. Now all of them are being cooked nicely.
Yep.
Yeah. Then later on, we'll wait for a bit more. Then we'll pour the teriyaki sauce on it. And then after that, you have teriyaki salmon. Then after that, we can eat lunch. Here, right, everything is actually already cooked, so you can take it off. And we'll just make sure that the teriyaki sauce coats every side of the salmon. Here as well. Just make sure that it's coating it properly. Lastly, this piece.
It will just serve it on the table with the pan.
Yeah. Okay, come, let's eat.